Who has first question for John? Derek Gould, St. Louis Post-Dispatch.
John, I just want to get your sense of the pace you set today and how it kind of fell into a rhythm, where that began for you today. Was it just a feel for a pitch, or was it just a feel coming out of warm-up?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe a long time coming. I felt good in the bullpen coming in. I felt really. Last start I felt like I was kind of close, and then we're talking about this in basically September, but I felt like I was close to some things and feel and just the adjustments I've been trying to make for a long time as far as not only mechanics but type of pitches that I'm throwing in different counts, and I can't do what I used to do, and it's a hard thing to come to realization sometimes with, but getting over here with Mad Dog and trying to adjust to things, and it's taking me a little bit. So today kind of was just a culmination of a lot of the work that we've been putting in, and was able to click and that backdoor cutter kind of sinker combo to the righties was pretty good today.
I actually wanted to ask you about that because you spoke to us after the trade about having this kind of start and at least trying to find a roadmap to get to it.
Yeah.
For you, is that is the cutter the big part of that? Is that in talking with Mad Dog or maybe even bouncing ideas off Wainwright that you arrived at that?
No, I don't think the cutter is the magic pitch. I think it's about location, and it's about kind of the intent of what we're trying to do. I've always, pounded righties in and with the fastball cutter and kind of the curveball off of that. And last couple years, the curveball's kind of hit or miss, and I've had a better changeup. So I've kind of had to relearn how to adjust and make adjustments mid-game, and it's a little hard to do when you've been doing something for 13, 14 years one way. So it's just a matter of having people kind of believe in that, and you believe in it, which is the main thing going out there. You got to feel confident with what you're doing, and felt good with it. Felt like we had a good plan tonight, and we're able to execute it, which obviously is the main goal. You can always have a good plan, and if you don't execute it, doesn't really matter.
What role does the defense play in it? You pitched here a lot. We've all seen a lot of games here. We know how upside down this place can get, especially some balls in the air. But the work you got from your outfielders tonight, how much does that play into what you were able to do?
Yeah, which is kind of a little bit of a reversal from the last couple starts. I feel like there's been a lot more balls on the ground than tonight. A lot more balls in the air, which for whatever reason I'll take. They were outs, but some good plays. DC running some balls, coming in on some balls, making some good plays. Obviously Harry out there in center is pretty cool to watch what he's able to do as far as covering ground and all that. And I think Tio had one, first bat of the game, ran one down, tough play, kind of gets a little tricky down in that corner. So yeah, it's awesome. Any way we can get outs, I'll take them. And like you said, in this ballpark, anytime the ball goes up in the air, you kind of hold your breath for a second, and as long as they're kind of coming in or camped under them, I'm okay with it.
Thanks, John.
Katie Wood, The Athletic.
Hey, John, how does a start like tonight, arguably your best as a Cardinal, set the tone for a month that is very obviously going to be so pivotal for you guys down the stretch?
Yeah, obviously we all know what's in front of us. We have a lot of games against these guys and the Brewers coming up, which is, it's kind of play for your own destiny right there. Like I said, it's right there in front of us to play well, and to come out tonight and kind of on a personal level, pitch well is a great feeling. And then on a team level, to get us off to a good start against a team we're kind of chasing down is even better. So we keep inching a little closer to that finish line of making the playoffs, and hopefully we can do that over the next what is it, 10 days against these guys, 14 days or whatever against these guys in the Brewers.
Thank you.
Jeff Jones.
Hey, John, to Derek's question about the ballpark, in places that you've pitched a lot in your career, this has been one of the places where you pitched the best. Is there anything about this park that makes it play differently for you than for other pitchers, or is that just sort of, I don't know, law of big numbers? How do you kind of look at the success you've had here?
Blind luck. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, this place, I know obviously I've pitched in Wrigley for a long time, and it's, got that smaller feel to it that, especially when the wind's blowing out, can get a little quirky. But I've never. I don't want to say I don't like the ballpark, because the ballpark is great, but when you're standing on that mound, that fence feels like it's right behind shortstop. So it's not the most easy place to pitch, but for whatever reason, like you said, I've had decent success here, and if I had an answer, I'd be able to give it to you, but it's definitely not an easy place to pitch, especially in close games when you got Castellanos coming up, you got Votto coming up, Suarez is like my thorn in the side as far as what he's done to me in the past. So yeah, I mean it's not an easy feeling when you're out there pitching here.
All right, last one for John. Mike Petraglia, MLB.com.
Thank you. Hey, John, I just wanted to kind of expand upon that a little bit in terms of what you were able to do to the top of the order of the Reds. Obviously, a couple of those guys have been very explosive in the second half of the year, India and Votto, and I just wanted to get your feel for what you were able to do tonight against that top of the order.
Just trying to keep the ball down to those guys, Joey is such a cat and mouse game with him. I know he's changed. I haven't seen this is the first time I've seen him all year. Usually you face him quite a bit, and you can kind of get a feel for what he's doing, and he's been putting up great numbers this year, which is awesome to see for him. India is obviously new to the scene, don't have any history with him, but just really trying to keep the ball in the ballpark as best you can. I mean, there's no real big side to the field to pitch to here, but if you kind of tip your hat if a guy beats you oppo, regardless of what field you're in. So, you got to kind of navigate and hopefully, they have a bad night, and we're able to execute some pitches to those guys. And, I know just from watching and seeing highlights and scouting, India's kind of a spark plug for them. He gets on and gets the rest of the guys going. So we're able to kind of combat that and get him off the bases and kind of navigate from there.
All right, thanks, John.
All right.